they're called anonymous functions. I mean, we will assign a name with a variable. If named can be called using the name followed by the parenthesis. Function name syntax will be function name and the arguments. So here the arguments can be 0 or more. That will depend on Python interpreter or the Python code, original code. So that is why we are able to directly call it. Okay. So the built-in functions. So Python interpreter has a number of functions and types built into it that are always available. Always available means the moment you start your interpreter or your IDLE, it is a built-in or we need to import something. Okay. So here we can click. I just give the link for the full list of functions. So these are all the built-in functions in Python. Okay. So we can see they are in the alphabetical order, starting from A to Z. So we will be covering like most of them based on our requirement. So okay. We will not go like one function one by one, but we will be using them as a part of the course. So we'll be covering some of the functions.
Okay.
Okay. And whenever you are using such built-in functions, we need to pass the arguments.
One thing, Pradeep, how do we know if a function for something exists already or not? How do we determine this?
How do we determine this means, for example, if you are just logging to the internet. One is this, if you were seeing this automatic completion, so based on that we can see, so it is the print is already existing.
No, okay. Suppose, okay, so as I understand, there is a len function which calculates the length, right?
Correct.
Now, suppose I'm not aware about this len function, then how do I guess that?
Also possible. There is one function for that. I'll show that one also. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be addressed here.
Okay.
So here, when we are calling such function, any function, built-in function, we need to pass the arguments. What is the argument? Argument means a value that is passed to a function while calling the function. It is just a value, means it should be data kind of thing. So mostly we'll pass data. Sometimes we might pass some variables, or depends on the situation. But it is a value that is passed to a function while calling the function. So there are two types of arguments. One is keyword arguments and the other one is positional argument. Why we are saying keyword arguments means keyword arguments is something which is preceded by a name. Okay, so we will take the example for the help mode. From here to here, from SCP to this, whatever I have highlighted, can you see everywhere there is an equal to sign, and prior to that there is some name. So this is the name that is being referred here. Okay. Keyword. So what we are saying, an argument preceded by a name. So it should be always be preceded by a name and an equal to sign. Of course, here it's equal to is not mentioned. So we will mention the name and equal to sign and then give the value. We will not directly give the value. So yesterday we were thinking, right, 1, 2. So this is valid, right? As far as?
Yeah.
Just based on the...
You were calling it argument, right? Previously.
Yeah. No, see, we cannot generalize that argument means only positional argument. Argument can be keyword or it can be positional. Both are possible.
Okay.
So here, now the option...
So basically, if it's not a keyword argument, then it's a positional argument, right? Because only there can be two arguments.
Yes, there can be only two arguments. So if it is not a keyword, there is only the here also. So two types of arguments. One is keyword and other one is position. Okay.
Okay.
So when we are giving print of 1, 2, 1 and 2 both are positional, in the sense they are only analyzed based on their position, or the output will be dependent based on their position, whatever we are giving. And if I am printing this onto the screen, so here we are getting the output 1 space 2. Okay. So here, why only space? Okay, so here on the output, why only space? The reason is
separator.
Yeah, separator. Yeah, I was actually checking for the documentation this time. So yeah, when okay, I'll come to that also. So whenever user does not pass the arguments, sometimes the function will use a default values for a parameter. This is the same point which we discussed yesterday. So if we don't pass the arguments, it should use a default values. Now we will see for the print. So we are going to cover 5 important built-in functions. So for that one, print. So prints objects or arguments that we pass. Okay, prints objects or arguments that we pass. Where it will print to the console. Okay, console means the output screen, or writes them to a file. So there are 2 options possible. It's not necessary that it should always give in the output. It can also write to a file. Okay, so both are possible. But for now, during the initial phase, we will be only discussing the option of printing onto the screen. Okay, we'll check the writing to a file option later.
Basically, STD out.
Yes, yeah, STD out, correct.
Okay.
So, I mean, in fact, the default value for that is STD out. Okay.
Yeah.
And it will write them to a file separated by sep and followed by end. So you are understanding the separator, right? So separator, the default value is, you can see here, it is in space.
Okay.
So since it is space, in the output, we are seeing a space between the values. Okay. So all the values, whatever we pass, will be separated by the sep and followed by the end. Followed by end means, here what is end? You can see /n. /n always represents a new line.
New line, correct.
Or the enter, I can say. So here, after 1 space 2, there is a new line, and in the new line, you are seeing the prompt. I'm not seeing the prompt immediately after 1 space 2. I'm seeing the prompt only in the next line. Correct. That is because whatever output is printed onto the screen, that is followed by the end.
Okay.
So that is because of this new line, which is already being defined. Okay. So here, if you see the types of arguments, sep and end. I mean, though there are others, we will not discuss this for now. So sep and end, these both are the keyword arguments.
But these are currently taking default value. We have not defined them.
Yes, we have not given the default. So we have not given the value from our side. That is why it is taking the default value.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And all non-keyword arguments which are coming at the start, okay, which are only the objects, will be converted to strings and then will be printed. Generally, what print function does is, irrespective of the type of the data we pass in, it will always convert them to a string. That is the reason since it is always a string, it is not even adding the quotes in the output. So print will return the string, but it will not show any quotes in the output.
So basically you are saying that even though this is number, this is basically the data type is string.
No. The data type is number only, but print, while it is printing onto the screen,
But here it has not joined. Yeah. How it is joining them?
It is joining. Okay, I'll show you. For example, 1. Anyhow, we will later come also to this point. So let us make, so 2. Okay. So if you see,
just a second. So basically you are saying 1 plus space plus 2. Okay.
2. Yeah.
Just like what we have got above.
Yes. So yeah, I'm trying to get that one only.
Yeah.
So you are thinking the same output will come now, correct?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but ideally it should fail. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So it will come to the same question what you have asked. The thing is, the type of the data here for one is
integer to string, is it?
That's right. This is an integer. This is a string.
So basically, it takes empty space as a string.
Yes, correct. Because it is in quotes, right?
Okay.
I put the quotes also.
Correct. Okay. So this is
now, if we come back to print, ideally, if print is trying to join numbers as it is not possible.
Okay.
It cannot join the numbers as it is to the space separator. Space separator is, you can see it is a string.
Right.
Okay. So what ideally it will do is, it will convert first 1 to string, 2 to string, and then add a space in between them and give the output.
So basically, if we see the this what is the data type for 1 and 2, it will be string.
No. For 1 and 2, it should be.
No, output. I'm saying output. The print output. What we have got. That is.
Yeah, that is a string.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it now. Yeah.
So now now we will come back. So ideally, what print will be doing something like this. So you can assume like it is doing space plus 2. So now it should be fine. So it should be doing something like this, but print will never give the output in quotes.
Okay.
So it will always return in the form of string, but it will directly display the output.
Okay, got
it. Okay, so keyword argument, and yeah, if no objects are given, print will write the end. Okay, and why? In case, for example, if I am not giving any inputs, so the output is a blank line. Why there is a blank line? Because the end is slash. If without that, even you will not get this blank line.
Correct.
Okay, it is still working because ideally it is expecting here 0 or more. So it is not a problem for it, and the rest of the things, whatever is available with itself, so it is taking from that and giving the output.
Okay.
And here now, this print 0, 1, 2. So now, as a programmer, I want to control the output. Okay. So in that case, I'll pass my own separator. Okay, I am passing my own separator. If user is providing, then Python will give the preference to the user. If user is not providing, it will give preference to the default values. Okay, so since I am providing, so it will give that separator in the output. So 1, comma 2. Okay. So this is different from the input in which we gave the comma. It is taking from this sep, that is the comma
separator,
here.
Yeah, they are changing the type of separator. Okay.
Yeah. And now, okay, now let me give one question to you. So then only it will go more. Okay, so now let us take a file. Okay. Okay, generally hash is used for comments, so that's why I'm just putting hash for the comment. So we'll discuss comments in detail also. Sure. So here I want the output to be, for example, there is a person's name, Ram, and his age is 21.
Okay.
And later salary some 10,000. Okay, these 3 values are there. Okay. So you need to write the print statements. Okay.
Okay.
So that I'll get the output like this, Ram space 21 on the same line. Okay. But 10,000 on the next line. So it should be like this.
Okay.
So can you write the print? So default it was /n. Okay. Default it was like this.
Yeah, correct.
So now what you want a space. Then give the space. Then save this and run. Okay. So now you'll get the required output. Because ideally you want to play with between 2 print statements. So the first statement will complete printing all the objects separated by the sep. Okay. Then it will see what is the end. Okay, end is new line, then it will give new line. If no, it is end is space. Then it will give the space and leave it. Okay. Next print statement will start from that point. So after the space, it will start. So it will print 10,000. And after 10,000, there is a new line again. Because second print statement, I did not control the end. Okay. If I control the end for the second print statement, so then you can see the difference in the output. So, sorry.
Basically, it's having one space, but it will not be visible.
No, actually, here I am expecting. Okay, ideally, it should actually print, and I'm giving an end as space, so the prompt should come in the same line. So that is the expectation in this case. But here I'm not. Oh, okay. The cursor is blinking at the same line. Let me remove it and see. Okay. Save and run. Yes. Okay, so cursor is blinking here in the prompt. You can see here. Okay. Right. And now let me put it back. End is equal to.
Okay.
Space and save and run. Okay. No, it is still the same only.
Did you save it?
Yeah, I saved. No, there is. It is in the same point. Actually, it should not give the new line. I think it's because of something with respect to the shell or the interpreter. Okay, no problem. This I'll take it as a point to check. Yesterday's point also I made to check, but yeah, I'll clarify. And prompt not coming.
So we can use any of the name like the argument, right? Basically, we can either use sep if we want, change the separator, or and only, right?
Yes, sep and end, both we are going to change. I mean, as of now, we are going to change only those two. There are also other things which we are not checking now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let this be like this. This point I'll check. But yeah, between the two print statements, end is perfectly working. It is giving the space between the first output and the second output.
Yeah.
Okay. Done. Run the print and the setup. Okay, everything is okay. Okay, if I want. Okay, so can you try this one? RAM, 21, 1000. This should be the output.
Okay, just give me a second. This is what we need.
Done?
So, yeah, done. I'm sharing the output. This is
okay. So
I shared.
Yeah, I'm copying just. Okay. So here it should come in the next line.
Yes.
So you are going this one. Okay, save and run. Okay, so Ram's pay, 21, 10,000. Yeah, so because I have given before that this one, it is immediately following. Ram 21, 10,000. So you have given this one. Okay. Okay, can you write this in single line?
This is in single line only, because
no, you have written two print statements, right?
Yeah, correct. So
can you write in one print statement?
Okay. Just one print statement. Yeah, it should be simple that way. 10,000. We don't need to change this one. Separator, okay. Separator should be. Yeah. So output should be this one in single line. Actually, writing in single line is easier. Yeah.
Okay. And there is one thing. What you are writing some unnecessary code.
Yeah, actually, for me, it's like because we are trying to print everything, so I'm
I'm
converting
not
number to
saying about the
string.
two print statements. Even in the single print statement, there is something unnecessary.
Yeah, the strings basically. You don't need the strings, right? For the string, it is
Numbers,
required. Yeah, but
especially
for
only for
numbers,
the numbers.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So here it is not required.
Actually, I was using the same data type for everything because we are
Yeah.
dealing.
Yes. Ideally, see the job. Who is doing the job of conversion to string?
That
Print.
print
So
is
we need not do
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
Correct.
we can directly use that option. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is possible. And the last way, I mean, that could be you can write three print statements. That is also possible.
Yeah.
I think you might already guess it.
Correct.
Okay.
And change
Yeah.
the and to
And that's it.
yeah.
So yeah. So with this print, we have some understanding. Next, input function. Okay. Input is also a built-in function.
Okay.
Input means input from the user. I mean, your code will ask the input from you. Okay. So generally, from where you will give the input?
Usually we we can for the function we were giving as an argument, and here we can ask the user, is it with the input?
Yeah. If we ask the user, then how we will give the input?
By in arguments in the parenthesis.
No, don't worry about the parenthesis, all this stuff. I am just asking if there is a code that will run, okay, and it asks you for an input. So how you will give the input? Purpose here is the input function will take the input from the keyboard, which is the standard input.
Yeah.
Okay, that is okay. And input function actually has two forms. Okay. Again, like about the print, how it is, same way I can take input also two forms. One form is without any arguments, and other form is with one argument. Okay. So there are two forms. One is with the argument and one is without the argument. Okay. But ideally, input function, if we call the input function, that means the process is, if we call it, then it will ask an input from the user. Okay, its job is asking the input from the user. That is a task it will do. Okay. So input function, what it will do is it will read a line from the input, converts it to a string, stripping a trailing new line, and returns that. I mean, we should be able to understand each and every word. So first thing, let us go to the shell. Okay, so here I'll do it on this shell only. Till later we can easily get the output also. Okay. So here I'm giving input, open and close parenthesis. Okay, let me minimize this. Okay. Input, open and, sorry. Wait, what happened? Right. Okay. INPUT, open and close parenthesis. Then I am pressing enter. Okay. The moment I press enter, you can see what is happening. What it is doing? Cursor. It is just blinking the cursor. Yeah. Okay. Means it is waiting for you to enter an input from the keyboard. Okay. That is the function call. I mean, if you call the function, it will ask for the input. Okay. We made a function call. It is asking for the input. The moment I press the input, I'll type some input. Let us say 1, 2, 3. Okay. Till the cursor is blinking, right? So for it to accept the input, okay, you have to press enter key. Okay. Till that point, no input will go. So if I press enter key, then it has accepted the input. Yeah. And converted to string. Okay. And it has converted to string, and it has given that string as an output. Okay. Correct. Now, I'll ask simple question. How many characters or how many times we have given the input? I mean, how many times I have typed from the keyboard? You have typed 3 times? Just rethink again. No, I mean, you have given input once, but typed 3 times, like 3 characters are there. No. Include everything in the keyboard, okay? How many times I have typed? Or how many times I have pressed the keys? How many times? Yeah. Even for the input, you are saying?
4 basically
4.
for pressing the enter.
Enter key, correct.
Yeah.
So actually when you are pressing the enter key, it
Okay.
means that you are passing a new line also as an input.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so because it will consider every input, so it will consider 1, 2, 3 and the new line. Okay. So now the problem is, ideally as a user, you only want to consider what 1, 2, 3 is the input, right? You are not really want to consider the new line as an input. You want to enter 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So that is why here, whatever is mentioned, it is what it is saying, stripping a trailing new line.
Okay.
I mean, this input function will take care of two things. One, it will convert to a string, whatever number you enter. Okay. The thing is, input function doesn't bother about any kind of data type you are entering. It will convert to a string. That's it. Okay. It will convert to a string and it will remove the trailing new line. Trailing new line means which will follow at the very end. So at the end, you are pressing the enter, right?
Yeah.
So because of that enter, whatever new line has come inside and came as an input, that will be removed by input function. And then it will return that. So it has returned that. So you can see
so
it has
basically
returned
it
that
removes
as
the new line that we created from enter, is it?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it will remove that from created from the enter. Next. Okay.
And
next thing is okay. And another form of input is input of prompt. Okay. So ideally, whenever you are typing just input, open and close parenthesis, enter. So if the cursor is blinking, then that is like literally no use for the user. Why? Because user doesn't know what you want, what you are expecting as an input. Okay. Might be you are expecting a number as an input, or you might be expecting a name as an input, or whatever it is. But user, that message is not conveyed to the user. So for that reason, we have, if you want to convey a message to the user, then you have to convey that through the prompt. Okay. The prompt is like this: enter a number. So this will be the prompt. Okay. And then it will first give the prompt, and then the cursor will be blinking. So now you can understand that, okay, I have to enter some number, then you will enter the number. Okay. So like this. Okay. So prompt is useful to convey a message to the user who is going to enter an input. So it is still optional. I mean, if you don't give the prompt, that is also fine. But it is very much useful to convey a message to the user. So that message is generally it should be in the string format. Just so prompt argument, it is returned to standard output without a trailing new line. Okay. So input of this one. Prompt is nothing. It is by default, it is an empty string. Okay. Right. So if I don't mention like this. Okay, yeah, that is also valid. So you can give either a number or a string, anything, but that will be displayed onto the screen, and then it will be blinking, asking for you for the input. Okay, but that is just a conveying message. It doesn't do anything to the final result.
Making
so
it easy
it's
for
just
the user what kind of input is required.
The input, yes, you are going to expect. And even while writing the prompt, the prompt argument is present, it is returned to standard output without a trailing new line. I mean, they are just saying that by default, whenever you give any prompt, it will be displayed onto the screen and there will be no new line after that. I mean, if there was a new line, then enter a number will come and the cursor will blink in the next line.
But we can do it, is it? Backslash n or something will work.
Yeah, that we can do. Yeah, but ideally by default it is not. It will not happen. Okay. So the thing which you are saying, so input, enter a number, and then slash n. Okay, so that is possible.
Yeah, that's because it's more.
That is another.
It's better like that.
Yeah, that also we can do. Okay. So that is the purpose of the input and the print, because these are the two important things when we are going to consider something. Okay. Next is the type function. Okay. Type function is mainly useful to find the type of the data.
Data type, yeah.
Okay. So because there are a lot of different types. So every data we are considering as an object, because everything in Python is an object. So that is the reason we are seeing the syntax like this. type of object. Okay, so the object can be a number, string, or list, whatever it is. So it can be different data type. Okay, so with one argument, it will just return the type of. We will pass only one argument, and it will check the type of 12. So if you have any doubt regarding the type, so it will give the
integer
type as int.
Yeah.
Okay, and type of some name. Okay, Ram. So it should give the string. So that is the purpose of the type function.
Okay.
Next is dir. Okay, dir function. So it has again two forms. One is without any arguments, and the other one is with one argument. Without arguments, it will return the list of the names in the current local scope. So the question which you are asking, so how to know, okay, whether something is already available or whether I need to get it. Okay. So at that time, you just type the dir, open and close parenthesis, and enter. Okay. Can you see? There is annotations, built-ins. Okay. There are some things. Okay. So again, if you want to go get more details, so then what you have to do is take the dir, and here you need to pass this one. Enter. Okay. So now you can see all the available things already in your program without writing anything. Okay. So just give dir. I mean, it is like basically like information kind of thing. So whenever you don't know about something, you can try to get it. Okay. So now in the dir of built-ins, we can see how many already available things are there. Okay. In that, we will see some functions as well. For example, print. See, print is already available. So it will be recognized by the Python. Okay.
So
and len function.
Showing everything which is there in the Python by default, is it?
Yes, by
including
default.
functions and
yes, everything. But I mean, it will not literally
tell about
specify to as it is a function or something.
Okay.
But it will give all the names for you. Okay.
Okay.
So here len, you can see here.
Yes, len. Integer.
Print you can see here, and the input which we were discussing, that will also be input here. Okay. So like this, it will show you what are all the things that are already available, and you can check them. Okay. So let us think that, okay, whether it is a function or it is just some name of a variable. I mean, it will use some.
What is the major use case for this? Like, one is like we understand that it's showing us all the things which is already pre-used, right? We cannot use these names, or this is some kind of function. But
correct, yeah.
What is the use case for dir? Where would we use it?
It's very much required. Why? Because at the end of the day, like if you make some object-oriented programming or something.
Okay.
Okay. So every object will have some characteristics.
Okay.
Okay. Characteristics means like yesterday we were discussing that car, right?
Yeah.
Car, maybe car.model. Car's model is one characteristic. I mean the feature.
Yes.
So if at all you import some code from outside or some code from within Python, everything is an object.
Yeah.
Okay. For that object, what are all the features available? You want to know.
Okay.
So then dir must be used.
Okay. So, okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And basically when you are giving dir of something, it will give the features. Okay. Let us try some other different dir of. Let us say for number 1, what I can do.
Okay.
So just give dir of 1. See, there are a lot of things.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. So basically, the previous one was default, so it was showing about the Python.
Yes. Default. I mean, because what I can say, that is something which is already available, and you want to just see the available things. Okay. And this is something which is specific to the object which you are asking for. Okay. Yeah. So it will give all that object, because now this object has come into existence.
Yeah.
So because of that, it will give the output for that object.
Okay.
And if you see here, this is number. Okay.
Yeah.
And for number, generally what you will do? You will do some addition, right?
So
this is something which, I mean, this is a special syntax which we'll anyhow discuss later in later concepts clearly.
Okay.
But just understand that for this number, there is a possibility for addition, and that is indicated by this feature.
Okay.
Got
it.
And for the same number, okay, okay, denominator, where is it? Numerator. Okay, so let us say, okay, I cannot give directly 1 dot something. Okay, I'll say a is equal to 1, a dot numerator. Okay, you can see. Okay, a dot denominator means for a number, what are all the characteristics that will be? These are directly just the features. Okay.
Okay.
But there are also something like methods. Okay, or the functions.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, a dot. Okay, let me try the bit count. Bit count. I'm directly giving without giving any parenthesis. Then, if you want to understand whether it is a function that we need to call with parenthesis, or it is just some feature which will give some value. So if you see here, it is saying that built-in method bit count. So it is giving you a hint that it is a method, or it is a function that you need to call. Why we are calling it method? Because whenever a function is associated with something, then we call it as a method. Okay, it is associated with the object here. That object is number 1. Okay.
Object is
yeah.
I don't understand this bit count and method. What does this mean?
It will just give the bits, number of bits required to store this number.
Okay, bit count.
Binary format, right? So
yeah.
For 1, it is only 1 bit is enough.
1 bit is enough to store in the.
So let us take something like a is equal to 45. Okay, then if I make a dot bit count. Okay. And you can see 4 bits are
4 bits are required. By converting into
basically it is using 4 bits to store this number.
Yeah. Okay. So it basically converts it into machine codes and count the length.
Yes, finally at the end everything will be in the ones and zeros, based on which it will do some calculation.
And it counts the length of that. Okay.
Yeah. It is ideally just, we cannot say this is like a length, but it is going into more details and giving the number of bits.
Okay.
Yeah, and the len is something which is very specific to string. Okay, yeah. And in fact, here you can see that there is no len for a number.
Yeah.
Okay, so here you have to start from the point wherever this double underscore is there, right?
Yeah.
Ignore all of them. Okay. Wherever the double underscore is there, don't try to use them.
Okay.
Without double underscore, whatever is there, this is the public. What I can say, these are the public variables. The methods which as a user or a programmer you can use.
And what is a method? Sorry.
Method is function.
Method is function. So function or method.
Why we are calling method? Because why we are calling as method? Because if a function comes inside a class, okay, then it becomes a method. Okay, so for an object, in the context of an object, we will call it as a method. Okay. But out of that context, we'll call it as a function.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. So method is more related to object oriented.
It is only comes with the object only. Normal function, when you are writing, you will not say it as a method.
Okay.
Only when we are writing inside a class, then we will refer to as a method.
Method. Okay.
And in fact, everything is based on the class and object here in Python. That is why it is telling us method.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this 0 cross something is basically a hex value, or what exactly is?
Which one?
This 0x000.
This is at the memory location.
Okay. So memory location.
At this place, this value is this object is stored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so len is not applicable for numbers. So that is the reason you are not seeing in this.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So same thing. If I make a is equal to ram.
Yeah.
And next I'll say again dir of a. So now a is ram. So that's why it will show only for that one. And here inside that you can see the. Okay. Yeah. Yes, here len is there, but is it in a different format? Here you can see the len.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. And earlier, where is this? For the integer, if you see in the L section, there is no len. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That is, advantage with dir is you can find what is ready to use and what is ready to use on an object, or what is ready to use by default without any object also, so that you can find.
Okay.
And next is a help. Help we already discussed, so it is mainly useful for the documentation purpose and getting some interactive response. Okay.
Okay.
And help also you can use it like this also. Help of yesterday we were using without any things. So here I can use help of print. I can mention like this. So it will tell exactly for the print what is the thing. Okay. And you can also pass maybe help of.
What is this KWDS?
Okay.
What is, can you type this help again and parenthesis, start parenthesis, help and start parenthesis. It shows KWS. What is that?
Okay, that is the arguments.
Okay.
Okay, that anyhow we will discuss in more detail in the functions and arguments part also.
Okay. But with
so
the help, I can check with how I can use a function or something like this, right?
Yes, it will tell you all the details about anything. In fact, if you just observe this one, I gave just help of 1.
Okay.
Okay. Now, 1 is an integer object.
Yeah.
Okay. It will give all the details related to the integer object.
Okay.
Entire thing, 307 lines totally.
Okay.
In fact, that individual things were there, right? Add and those things. All those things, it will give some like a minor description, I can say. So all those things will be given onto the screen. Okay, it will help on anything whichever Python recognizes.
Okay.
Okay, whether it can be a data or it can be a function name, anything. Okay.
Okay.
And anytime when you're typing, so it will show, because one we are already discussed, like star args is there, right? Star. It is the same like that print.
Yes. It can
okay.
be 0.
Double star is there, like it is like okay, it is the same 0 or more only.
Yeah.
Okay. But not 0 or more. Okay, double star. Yeah, 0 or more. Variable number of keyword arguments. Keyword means sep and where there, right?
Keyword arguments. KWDS means keyword arguments.
Yes, keyword arguments. So like the sep and end, whatever we were having for the print.
Okay. Okay.
So, but I mean, in some cases, what will happen is, it is not necessary that the keyword arguments will be fixed. Okay. So it can vary also. I mean, sometimes the user will provide 1 keyword argument, or he can provide 2, he can provide 3.
Okay.
Okay. But the function will be able to handle it. Okay. So here it is indicating that part, that help can handle such more variable number of keyword arguments through this double star. Okay. So, and let me come back here. So help of request, no argument is given, it will give you the argument is a string, then the string is looked up as a name of module, function, whatever it is, and help page is printed. If the argument is any other kind of object, a help page on the object is generated. As of now, you have to take this as only this one. And if I am taking, okay, so if I like this, why it is giving star? Okay. Takes 1 from 1 to 2 positional arguments, but 3 were given. Okay. Anyhow, I'll check more, and later when we are discussing functions, at that time we also will come back once. Okay. Because ideally it is saying star args, but when we are passing the variable number of things, then it is not giving any response. Okay. It is giving error. Okay. Okay. Yeah, but you can, as of now, don't consider that star and double star. You can consider only these 2 forms, help and help of request. So where you will pass either one object or you will not pass anything. So that those are the 2 possibilities only.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the 5 important built-in functions. Next, keywords. Keywords definition is this one. Okay. Till now, whatever we have seen, this print type, all these are functions, but there is something called keyword. Python keywords are special reserved words that have specific meanings and purposes and can't be used for anything but those specific purposes. Okay. So these keywords are always available. You will never have to import them into your code. Below the list of keywords. These are all the keywords. So it will be 35 keywords. Okay. So main thing is we have to understand the difference between the keyword and the built-in function. Okay.
Yeah.
So keyword can never be called like a function. It is just a word.
Yeah.
And here when I come back. Okay. So what are all the keywords?
If
simple keyword can be
Boolean value
true. True is a keyword.
Yeah.
You can see here.
Yeah.
True and false. These are the simple keywords. Means if you are okay, you cannot do something like this. True is equal to 3. If you want to say you are interested to use it as a name.
Yeah, okay. We cannot take as
that
a variable.
Is not possible.
Yeah.
It is never possible.
Yeah.
That is why these are reserved words which it should not be used.
As a variable or
but
function.
Okay, now the thing is, one question for you. If I am saying print is equal to 3, do you think this will give error or it will be successful?
Print is equal to 3. We use parenthesis as a function, right?
It's okay, right? I mean, I'm just using the name of the function.
Okay.
I'm not calling it.
Okay. It should be fine.
Should be fine, right?
Yes.
Okay. This is fine.
Because we are not calling parentheses. If we would have called,
okay.
Then
yeah. So next another question.
Yeah.
If I'm saying now, this one, will it give output or will it give error?
Print equal to 3. It will give the output.
Output, huh? Sure. Okay. So let me execute it. You can see.
Integer is not callable. Okay. Because it's equal to print, is it? What does this mean? Integer object is not callable.
Because what you have done is you have changed the meaning of the already available built-in.
Okay.
Now the meaning of print, I mean the value of print is only 3.
Okay.
So what it is going to do, it will try to execute this in such a manner like this 3 of 3.
Okay. Okay.
So this will be this is the thing it is trying to evaluate, but that is never possible.
Okay.
Okay, integer cannot print anything for you.
Okay. Okay.
So now we are actually messed up with the original print.
So basically not to use the reserved keywords or the function names which are predefined.
No, yeah. So we should not use it. That is thing.
Yeah.
Okay, but what is mandate, what is restriction and what is not restricted? So that we will see. So if I come back here
restricted
and go, restricted in the sense I'll tell you. So Python keywords are different from Python's built-in functions and types. The built-in functions and types are also always available, but they are not as restrictive as the keywords in their usage.
Okay.
Because Python is directly preventing you from using the keyword.
Yeah.
It is not allowing you to make the error.
Yes.
Okay. In fact, but what will happen is built-in functions, it is not so strict. Okay.
Okay. We can use it, but better.
We can use. Yeah. An example with the keywords, an example of something we can't do with Python keyword is assign something to them. That is what we have tried here. We have tried to assign something to the keyword. If you try, then you will get what? Syntax error. Okay. We will not get a syntax error if you try to assign something to a built-in function or type. But still, it is not a good idea. Why? Because we are going to change the meaning.
Okay.
Now, to come out of this, what we have to do is, whatever new interpretation we have to give, we have to delete that.
Oh, okay.
That's it. It is gone. We are not deleting the actual print.
It cannot be because it's already there.
Yeah. We are deleting the print that we have newly created by us. So now, should give the output.
Tell me one thing. So suppose I didn't give, we cannot use the del to delete anything which is pre-existing, right? In the Python, we cannot do it. It's not possible.
I'm thinking still be there. Let us try directly now.
Okay.
Name print is not defined. Yeah. So now the thing is, del when it is checking, it will delete only the identifiers or the names.
Identifier.
Not the built-in functions.
Yeah, not the built-in functions and neither the reserve keyword.
Yes. So yes, del true. Yeah. Incomplete input it is saying.
Okay. Okay.
So it is not even allowing that to do. Because here when we are trying to use such words like del or something, the syntax which is already provided by Python, we should consider that. Okay, means because now whatever we have given del space print, it is out of the syntax given by Python.
Yeah.
Means that is not normally allowed with a del keyword. So that's why we are straight away getting the error. Okay?
Yeah, those are restricted. Okay, got it.
Okay, so now this is very important difference, I can say. Yeah. Keywords and built-in functions.
Keywords and
that will be useful anywhere, anytime.
Okay.
It comes to it. Yeah, I think with this we'll stop, right? So we will continue with the rest tomorrow.